What's going on, guys? Sorry if it's a little bit bright here. I just wanted to preface this video. I took this video last Friday and got interrupted. I ran out of time and I got busy and I forgot to upload it. So the day is not accurate to when the day that this will be posted, but I just wanted to put that preface here because I still wanted to post this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? It is day 74 of Zero Gambling. If I'm being completely honest, this week has been the first week in a while where I have been dealing with a little bit of cravings or thoughts kind of bubbling up, trying to crawl their way back into my brain. Thankfully, I've been strong and I've been able to dismiss all of those thoughts pretty quickly. But yeah, just, it was definitely a reminder for me that, just because I haven't done it in a couple of months doesn't mean that this isn't a problem that I'm going to have to continue actively battling against. Unfortunately, this is a part of me now. And, I got to stay vigilant and not kind of let my guard down. Because like I said, it's been a while since I've had any real urges, and this week, a couple of days ago, I started getting a couple, a little bit. Now, thankfully, with having been away from it for as long as I have now, it was a lot easier to override those urges and, talk myself down for them, not let myself act on them. Even if I wanted to, I am self-excluded from all of the websites, so I wouldn't be able to log in even if I tried. But even just preventing myself from trying, right? Once I start looking the websites up, looking the casinos up, trying to sign in, trying to make accounts, then I'm definitely gonna think that's a problem if I get there, right? So I think, I did a little bit of thinking because I wanted to kind of figure out why, what was causing me to have these kinds of urges coming back a little bit. And I think just honestly, I've spoken about it before, but for me, my typical triggers are kind of boredom, anxiety, and kind of being at the desk alone by myself here at home. So I was thinking, what happened? And this week I've got a couple of clients that are sick, so a few people canceled, which means I was working, training my clients in person a little bit less than usual this week. A lot more hours spent sitting here at the computer. And, after a while of just kind of sitting here and getting a little bit bored. And one other thing is I went to a basketball game, and you know how it is, like the whole court, the whole stadium, everything is just decorated with the advertisements for the casinos and and the sports books and whatever. I can't name them because YouTube will strike me. But you guys know what I'm talking about. And I feel like the combination of those two things, like it was just kind of like really thrown in my face, being at a sporting event. And then in the combination with, some clients canceling last minute, me being stuck at home a little bit more this week, those two things together kind of created the environment where I started to get these urges a little bit. But like I said, I was able to squash them. I was able to just at the first stage, when I had the thoughts pop up, just say no. You're not going to follow through with that. You know what happens. You know that if you let yourself follow through with that, you're going to be all the way down in the hole again, and it's only a matter of time before you're losing money again. Actually, now that I say it, that's probably another thing. So one of my issues that I've identified is that when I start to make financial progress, like I've been able to put a decent amount of money towards my debt since I started this series back in December. Now that I've made some progress and I have some breathing room, that kind of thing, my brain says, hey, you've got some, you've been good. You've made some progress. You've got more money. Like, why don't you try, right? Like, that's what it tries to get you. That gambling voice tries to rationalize, like, the devil on your shoulder. And that's kind of one of the ways that it tries to convince me. So I think that is probably another factor of why this week, I was kind of feeling a little bit of that. But yeah, like I said, we didn't fall for it. We were able to stop it in its tracks right away. So that's good. But yeah, I got to stay on my toes. I got to make sure that I'm always working on this, that I'm always, actively fighting against it and not getting complacent, because I don't want to slip back into the same thing that happened last time, where I quit for 6 months and then I got back into it. So yeah. Aside from that, not too much else has changed. I got a couple of weekends left of working on the weekends until the kind of ski racing season is over. So, as much as I'm going to miss the extra bit of money that I was making, and obviously I love skiing, that's why I'm doing that. But I'm also looking forward to having some weekends back, a little bit more personal time, which is mostly just to spend with my girlfriend. Thankfully, on the weekends, my girlfriend and I, provided that, I'm not working or anything, we pretty much just spend the whole weekend together. So generally weekends aren't too much of a, even though I have the time off, they're not like a huge trigger for me as far as gambling, because most of my time I'm spending with her. Whereas during the week, she works a regular job, so she's kind of busy, during the regular hours. And because I run my own business, I have very flexible and strange hours. It leads to a lot of alone downtime for me during the week, Monday to Friday, which is probably when I would be most prone to slipping up and going into the gambling. So yeah, I am looking forward to having the weekends back. I've been physically and mentally a little bit exhausted, just because I had to alter my workout routine, because on every Saturday and Sunday I'm skiing all day. By the end of the day, I'm tired. I don't have the energy to go and do a proper lift. So that means my lifting is confined within Monday to Friday. And because also skiing is very intensive exercise for your legs, that means that I can only really do my hard leg day workout on Wednesdays, so that I have as much space between the weekends where I need my legs and my leg day workout, right? So like I have Thursday and Friday to recover before I got to go ski, where I'm going to be stuck outside on my legs all day long. And I definitely don't want, anybody, if you're watching, if you work out and you've hit a hard leg day before, you know what it's like to have sore legs. Yeah, you don't want to have that when you got to be skiing all day, no choice, because it's your job. So yeah, leg days are on Wednesdays, and that means that Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday is basically all upper body, because I want to hit all my upper body muscles twice per week. So I'm kind of doing like push, pull, legs, push, pull, and then both of the weekend days are rest days, but they're not really rest days because I'm skiing all day, right? So I've just been, I can tell that a little bit, my workout strength quality is suffering slightly. Now, this is also probably because of the fact that I've been cutting and I've lost over 15 pounds now, which means that I'm going to start to feel a little bit of a strength and energy reduction, being in a deficit for an extended period like this. But anyways, there's a lot of words to say. I'm looking forward to having my weekends back and getting into my normal workout routine again. But yeah, I am thinking that maybe in the summer, once it gets warm, I might try to get a different weekend job working at a golf course, because I like to play golf. Yeah, the two sports that I like to do are like the two most expensive sports. So if I can arrange myself a situation where I get to play for free, just like I've been able to ski for free, I've been getting paid to ski. If I can work at a golf course on the weekends, I'm able to play free golf a couple of times during the week and also make a little extra money. That would be pretty good. So we'll think about it, but we'll see how it goes once I'm just doing my own thing on the weekends for the next few months as we get out of the winter here. But yeah, hard to believe that February is basically over and we're coming up on March, going into the third month of 2026, which is crazy. Time just keeps going faster and faster, I swear. But hopefully that means that some more time will fly by and I will continue to make progress. And, finally be kind of done and able to put this thing behind me. And, once I've got the debt completely taken care of, I think that will be a huge, milestone. Although we're quite a ways away from there. I'm hoping, if I can pay it all off by the end of 2026, that would be great. That might even be a little bit on the wishful thinking side. But depends how much I grind, depends how much money I make with my business. So, I want to try to use that to light the fire under my ass a little bit, start putting more effort into marketing, gaining clients. I have been slacking a little bit on my own personal Instagram content for fitness. So I need to get back into posting consistently, and just, making sure that I'm always staying up, because that's my way to market for free for my business. So I can't be slacking on that. But yeah, I hope everybody had a great week. Happy Friday. I hope you're going to have something cool going on in the weekend if you got plans, or if you're just going to relax and do nothing. Sometimes we need that as well. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks again if you're following along. If you're watching this video, you're still watching, thank you so much. As always, the anti-gambling Discord is going to be in the description and the linked comments. So feel free to join if you need a safe space to, talk to somebody, get something off your chest, share your story, find an anonymous sponsor, something like that. Please feel free to join. And yeah, thanks again, guys, and have a good one. Peace.